By April 2025, every new petrol vehicle sold in India must be compatible with E20, a fuel blend composed of 20. To evaluate the long-term viability of this policy, we have to stress test the E20 mandate across three specific scales: the mechanical, the agrarian, and the constitutional. We begin at the molecular level. While cars built after 2023 are engineered for high ethanol blends, ethanol is a corrosive alcohol that reacts aggressively with the materials found in older engines. Testing labs identify two forms of degradation: microscopic fissures fracturing metallic lines, and physical swelling of rubber seals. For pre-2023 vehicles, this manifests as mileage drops and engine damage. Under India's administered pricing, owners absorb these costly inefficiencies without a discount at the pump. In practice, a fuel intended to benefit the environment currently functions as a hidden, uncompensated tax on the average citizen driving an older car. On the farmland, the consequences are even more visible. The government's economic survey for 2025 to 2026 highlights a significant shift in India's cropping priorities. This chart shows the trend. High procurement prices for ethanol have created a financial incentive for farmers to abandon essential nutritional crops, like pulses and oilseeds, to grow maize for fuel production. There is also the hydrological cost of first-generation ethanol. Producing a single liter of fuel from sugarcane requires roughly 3,000 liters of water. This water-intensive crop is heavily concentrated in historically drought-prone regions, like Marathwada and Vidarbha. In these areas, ethanol production acts as a virtual export of groundwater, pulling a life-saving resource away from vulnerable populations simply to fuel automobiles. Professor Mishra argues that depleting national aquifers to meet fuel quotas represents a documentable breach of India's basic law. Article 21 of the Indian Constitution guarantees the right to life. Over years of judicial expansion, this right has grown to include a citizen's fundamental access to safe drinking water and food security. This is reinforced by the public trust doctrine, requiring the state to manage and protect natural resources for the public rather than industrial energy targets. Draining aquifers to reach ethanol quotas creates a direct legal conflict with the state's constitutional obligation to ensure social and environmental justice. Resolving the ethanol paradox requires changing the source material of the fuel itself. The solution lies in second-generation, or 2G, cellulosic ethanol. Odisha's new Bargarh biorefinery provides a functional model for this transition. This side-by-side comparison shows the advantage. Instead of using food crops and thousands of liters of irrigation water, 2G technology converts existing agricultural waste, like rice straw, into fuel without requiring any new farmland. This shift decouples national energy production from human survival resources, successfully passing the agrarian stress test. The path forward requires a clear policy roadmap, banning water-intensive ethanol crops in depleted aquifers, and prioritizing funding for waste-to-fuel infrastructure. The ethanol paradox demonstrates that biofuels are not inherently beneficial. Their value depends entirely on the discipline of the system that produces them. True energy independence is impossible to achieve if a nation mortgages its aquifers and its constitutional right to life just to fill a gas tank.